Scotty joins us now. What are you doing to my Sports Center, Scott?
I haven't got the foggiest notion, which is bad because it starts soon. I'm not. It's just a different approach, man. They gave me something of a blank slate, and I've always said I wanted to do something more like what you and Keith did, where I felt like highlights were a bigger priority, but didn't want to lose the ability to talk about stuff that was interesting to me, kind of like KO did when he had his show most recently on ESPN. So I mean, I think it's fluid certainly, but I think we'll take some stabs at stuff that we like, and then there'll be things that we just immediately all know were horrible mistakes, and we'll just hope no one was watching.
You're going to embrace gambling a little bit more.
Yeah.
How did that go over with management at the mothership?
No one has said a word yet. I think when they realize that we've actually set up a bookmaking operation on the set, that's probably going to be frowned upon. No, that's not happening. All this is, Dan, and it's been interesting to me. What did Charles always say when he talked about going to Vegas? And it was, for a while there was this like almost taboo if you talked about you out there gambling, whatever. And Charles always said, what I notice when I look around? I'm never the only one there. And the point is that, people have action on games, and you can do the wink and a nod, and, Brent does it, and Al Michaels does it on Sunday night. And when they do, people get all giddy, like, oh, Al Michaels referenced the spread. Well, yeah, because we're grown-ups, and that happens some. So all we'll do is, on occasion, just point out, Carolina kicked the field goal last night against South Carolina. They might not have won the game, but you might have. And I think it's just a little bit more honest approach.
Are you going to be suit and tie, or are you going to go cash?
I personally like suit and tie. It helps me feel like a grown-up. I just like to feel like it's a proper sort of a – I said this to somebody this week when they asked me about that. I said, my grandma, she was a very religious lady, and when I would go to church with her point was, you don't have to have the nicest clothes in the world, but whatever your nicest stuff is, that's what you're going to wear. Just it's respect to the institution. I feel the same way about the desk and the idea of that and the people that did it before me, so I will be suited up.
But you're going to be, so you have a Sports Center desk, or is it going to be like a Letterman desk?
We got a desk because I need I need a place where I can feel like I can kind of hide, especially you'll see when you come on up. The space is big, and I need something where I feel like I can create a cocoon. And so the desk itself is sort of a 180 semicircle that kind of wraps around me, which gives me room to put all the shot sheets and what have you. But I like that as opposed to standing. And we've gotten to this point in TV where they want you to stand and walk around. And I say, you know what? If I got to hold 25 shot sheets, I'm just going to look like a buffoon trying to make sense of where the hell is the Hawk highlight. I don't need that in my life.
Do you have a house band?
No, we did it. Trombone Shorty came by to play some music for one of the segments we'll do, who I like a lot. But, I mean, the man's far too big for me to convince to hang out in Bristol 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I might just get like a kazoo band or something. We'll get somebody from like the VFW, get some old boys to come in there with some kazoos.
Maybe get the Shriners or somebody.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That you know what that is? That's a really cool idea right now, but in reality, that'd be just an absolutely horrible idea.
Who's your first guest?
My first guest, as I announced yesterday to the World Wide Web, is you, supposedly.
Do you have another source? Could you check with Chris Mortensen to see if I am going to be?
Whoa! I got it straight. I got it straight from the inside source there. I have it on high authority from one of the Danettes that you will be kind enough to be our first guest.
Yeah, Paulie.
And it's just if you disappoint the world, say no, I'm not. What are you kidding? It's Labor Day. I got a barbecue. Kid.
I thought I thought you were joking. I thought you were going, hey, wouldn't it be kind of funny if you came up here? And then Paulie goes, no, Van Peese's being serious. He wants you on his first show. And then I said, well, is management going to be around? It's a holiday, so they won't be around.
Yeah, you know how that gets. So on those holidays, it's A, there's tons of parking, and B, there's way more drinking because there's just fewer students. It's a way more casual approach.
Okay, what are we going to talk about?
See, I can't. Here, I'm just going to say this.
Okay.
I wanted to do this because I think there's a short list of people that made the institution of that show great, and you're one of them. And it's a way to pay respect to what's been done before, and I think given that it hasn't always been the happiest source of discussion maybe for you over the past, and I think we can do some things here where we just talk about stuff, and when it's done, I feel great, and hopefully you feel like it was worth your time. And this isn't supposed to be cathartic necessarily. But I think, there are very few that have ever done it any better than you.
Are you going to try to make me cry?
No, man, we're not going to. Like, if Rinaldi comes walking out with a blue card and he puts his hand on your shoulder and he says, Dan, what does it represent? Well, then you're in trouble. You're on your own, man. I can't help you. Because once he gets that Spock grip on your shoulder, you're powerless, man. You know that.
Yeah. It's called the Rinaldi.
It is. It's happened to stronger men than you.
Oh, I know that. I hear the piano. Like Rinaldi brings a piano with him.
It's tiny, but it's the scale.
Who is it? Linus, who had his piano on Charlie Brown? It's
you know Linus. You know Linus's last name, by the way. Linus and Lucy Van Pelt. True story.
Van Pelt.
That's them.
Yeah. All right. So, what time do I have to be there?
The show is at midnight, but I'm not going to lie. I'm going to treat the viewers like adults. Not everyone's going to be there live. So, I mean, as you see fit, you come on up whenever it suits you, early in the evening, or when the sun's still out. I feel like you ought to be able to leave when it's still light outside.
I'll bring the beer.
I'll have a fully stocked bar, top shelf stuff, whatever you need.
I love that. All right, I'm honored. I will see you Monday night. I haven't been back in the mothership in 9 years, so I'll see if I remember. I'll set my GPS there.
We'll leave the lights on, Dan.
Thank you, Scotty.